The year's 1996, and in the dead of night in Seoul, a little girl runs through a dark park, desperately searching for a missing doll. When she finally finds it, sparks suddenly flash across the sky. Terrified, she turns around and screams. The shadow of a massive monster looms right behind her. Fast forward 25 years later in New York. Gloria stumbles back to her apartment after another long night out. Her boyfriend, Tim, explodes with anger. "You said you'd get your life together. You haven't worked in months. All you do is drink, party, and sleep all day. I did get my life together. I got you pregnant. What more do you want?" Tim shouts back, disgusted. "You haven't changed one bit. I'm done, Gloria. Your stuff is in these bags. Get out before I come home." Stunned, Gloria can only watch as Tim storms out the door. Just then, her party friends burst in. "What happened? Did you two have a fight?" "It's over," Gloria says quietly. "I need some time alone." But her friends don't leave. They bring over their air mattresses and insist she'll have a girls' night in. Gloria eventually agrees, but goes straight to bed. The next morning, she leaves, returning to her childhood home in a small town. The house is completely empty, with no furniture inside. She curls up on the floor and falls asleep. The next day she goes to buy an air mattress and runs into Oscar, her childhood friend. "Oscar, hey there. We meet again." "Gloria, what are you doing here? Are you on vacation?" Yeah, that's what I told my friends. Yeah, I guess I am on vacation." Later that day, Oscar invites Gloria to hang out at his bar. Over beers, Gloria keeps scratching her head. "You okay? You've been doing that a lot." I don't know. It's a nervous tic. "I think I have a bug up my nose." "Are you sure you're not still drinking?" "Of course not. Look, I'm not the same person I was when we were kids. I'm a changed woman, honest." But Oscar isn't convinced. That night, Oscar introduces her to his friends, Joel and G. "This is Gloria. She's from South Korea. She lives in New York now. Nice to meet you." "Yeah, you too." Joel leans in to kiss her, but she quickly pulls back. Sorry. I don't really know you that well. Don't worry about it. Take your time." Oscar sees it, explodes in anger and yells at Joel before storming off. Dragging her mattress home through the park, Gloria collapses before setting it up. She dreams of her younger self standing in that same park as strong winds rise and lightning tears across the sky. She wakes up just as her sister calls. "Gloria, you need to turn on the TV. A monster is attacking Seoul. I saw it with my own eyes. It was huge and ugly." Gloria rushes to her computer, horrified as she watches footage of the massive beast ripping through the city. People run in terror as the monster crashes through buildings. Cars can't outrun it, and helicopters can't escape its powerful jaws. She frantically tries calling Tim, but he doesn't answer. She finally reaches him, but he sounds cold. "Hello, Gloria. Tim, it's me. Turn on the news, please. I need your help." "What do you want?" "It's 8:05 a.m. here. The attack happened 9 hours ago. You're probably still drunk." Bye. Furious and embarrassed, Gloria hangs up. That night, she returns to the bar and stares at the big screen while downing more drinks. Reporters describe the rising death toll and warn that the city's air is now poisoned. Later, she wanders back to the park for fresh air, only to pass out on a bench. By morning, she tries calling Tim again, but he refuses to talk. He knows she's drunk. In a rage, she smashes her phone on the ground. Back home, she inflates her new mattress but dozes off. Just then, Oscar suddenly arrives with an old TV. "Hey, I couldn't sleep last night, so I thought you might want this." The monster showed up again in Seoul. Same place, same time. It just stood still this time and made some weird hand gestures before wrecking a few buildings and hurting some people. And once again, it appeared at exactly 8:05 a.m., the same time as the first sighting 25 years ago. Before leaving, Oscar asks, "You coming back to the bar to work? Really? You want me to work for you? If you want a job, I'll give you one." "Well, I do want a job." Here's my number. Call me. Once again, Gloria can't stop staring at the new footage. The monster scratches its head. Who's like air? That evening, Gloria starts her first shift and does well. But her eyes remain glued to the big screen. Oh, my God. There it is again. What is that? It's moving. The monster even made a motion like throwing something to the ground. Gloria was so focused on the TV that she didn't notice Tim enter the bar until he waved his hand in front of her face. You okay? You spaced out there for a second. Yeah, I'm fine. Just a bit tired. Tim still had a confused expression on his face, but he decided not to push it. Instead, he sat beside her, and they watched the TV together. The next morning, Gloria reviewed the footage from earlier that day. Something's not right. She noticed that the monster seemed to mimic her own movements when she was in the park. Was it a coincidence or something more sinister? Gloria couldn't shake off the feeling that something was off. That night, she decided to test her theory. At precisely 8:05, she stepped onto the playground and waved her arms wildly, hoping to trigger the monster's response. Later, she raced home as fast as she could, nearly knocking down a pedestrian in her haste. Breathless, she turned on the live news channel, hoping to catch a glimpse of the monster. And there it was, copying her every move, even dancing just like her. Gloria was shocked beyond belief. Her knees buckled, and she collapsed on her bed. When she woke up, news reports were everywhere, showing humanitarian workers scrambling to help survivors. She tried to call Tim, but before she could say a word, Oscar shoved her phone away. You don't have to tell him yet. Not now. Anyway, he continued to drag her toward the door, and she had no choice but to go with him. At the bar, she ignored Tim's pleading calls. As soon as she clocked out, Oscar grabbed her arm and dragged her out into the street. Wait, let me explain. It's not what you think. Shut up, Gloria. No one needs to know what we're doing. Why would you bring him here? He's gonna blow your cover. Oscar's eyes were wild with fear, and Gloria knew she had to come up with a plan quickly. She took a deep breath and lied. I told him everything. He knows all about the monster. Great. Then you should go tell him to come here. Right now. They reached the park, and Oscar pointed toward one of Saul's live cameras. There she was, standing in the exact spot where the monster had appeared the other day. Suddenly, the creature rose again, towering over her, and copying her every move. It danced, it spun around. It even tried to mimic her facial expressions. All of a sudden, fighter jets arrived and opened fire. Gloria screamed in pain. It felt like every blast was searing her skin. In a panic, she punched the air, and the monster smashed a jet right out of the sky. I did it. I heard it. It's because of me. Gloria slumped to the ground, horrified at what she had unleashed. The monster grabbed another jet and tore it apart. How could this be happening? What had she done? The next morning, Gloria woke up to horrifying news reports of the devastation. Oscar found her later that day, bringing food and water. But when he entered her apartment, he found her sobbing uncontrollably. She blamed herself for the deaths, saying that she wanted to turn herself in. Don't be stupid. They won't listen to you. They'll lock you up. They'll do experiments on you. We'll never escape. Then what? Do you think they'll stop after they tear us apart? No. Even if they did, the damage would already be done. The world would still be in chaos. Suddenly, Oscar stiffened. He handed her the newspaper, his face pale. Look at this. Another shocking twist. A giant robot had appeared alongside the monster. It was said to represent him whenever he stepped onto the playground. How could this be possible? Oscar looked at her, his eyes filled with dread. You knew this would happen. Why didn't you stop me? Because I didn't know. I swear. She looked at the ground, tears streaming down her face. It was then that she noticed something. The map of Seoul she had drawn was upside down. An idea sparked in her mind. She had to get to Korea, but how? Oscar spotted the plane ticket on her desk. Where are you going? I'm gonna stop this once and for all. At 8:05 that night, Oscar summoned his robot. For a moment, he stood there watching as the crowd below scurried in terror. but his smug grin soon faded. Standing before his creation, he felt only a deep sense of shame. It was a dark mirror, reflecting his own monstrous side. He had shown nothing but cruelty to those around him, manipulating and hurting them for his own selfish reasons. As the robot towered over the city, a single tear rolled down its face, a silent testament to the torment of its creator. But before Oscar could unleash his final plan, Gloria stepped out of the shadows. With a determined look on her face, she had returned to put an end to this nightmare. Suddenly, the monster vanished, and a new figure emerged in its place. It was Gloria, full amplified, matching the robot's size. Her eyes blazed with determination as she faced off against its creator. With one final earth-shattering strike, she sent both the robot and the monster crashing to the ground, ending their reign of terror forever. Seoul erupted in celebration, hailing Gloria as a hero. Joel watched the news, a proud smile on his face. His daughter had taken back control of her life, but for Gloria, the battle had taken its toll. She stumbled into a bar, drained and defeated. As she sat down, she asked the bartender if she wanted to hear an incredible story. But the woman simply offered her a drink, leaving Gloria frustrated by the cruel irony of it all.